Obviously, every day when people see you out there and see you not wearing a cast, it kind of instills some excitement about them. And I know you feel good being out there. But what's the day-to-day like for you as far as the pain and the rehab process?
Well, it's been going smoothly. I come in here, I get my weights done. I still go out in my day as if I'm playing. Obviously there's limitations, but every day it feels great. It feels great. My rehab's going good. And I'm satisfied, happy where I'm at.
I talked with you a little bit the other day about watching practice. That at least is a benefit to you, how you're seeing the game. Just kind of elaborate on that, what it's like watching the game and at least being a part of practice like that.
Well, it's just learning, watching it from a coach perspective and, even from a fan perspective of, areas where, I see myself later down the line, areas where I can improve and operate from. And you just learn so much from just watching the game and, being a fan and, enjoy being a part of the game. I just learn, when my name is called, when my time comes, where I can be effective at.
We all see videos and pictures of you, dribbling, running. What can you do? What can't you do? What have you been able to do in the last couple of months?
Well, I've been in the pool, running on a treadmill in there. So that's where I've been getting my conditioning and stuff in. And I just upgraded actually as early as next week is starting to do stuff on the court. Real limited stuff, but moving and making that transition. So that's been huge for my next step. And that's where we're at as of now.
You said moving, like running up and down?
Not really running. Not really running. I would say, as fast as David Bennett can probably sprint, which is the lightest jog you can get. But that's about where I'm at right now.
After that light work, do you know what's the next step in rehab?
Well, I think it's just slowly building. Seeing where I go from there and slowly building and adding on to that. Whether it's like I said, starting off with jogs and gradually building that up. Maybe take a couple weeks with that. To where I can start running and then at that point it'd be about cutting and becoming a basketball player again.
How much pain are you in, or are you in no pain at all right now?
I've been in no pain. Some days it's sore than most, or sore than others, but that's expected. And that's what they want to happen in order for me to heal and get better. So for the most part, it's been no pain.
Seems like you're doing a lot with George. Have you two sort of been pushing each other as you both are rehabbing some kind of injury out there?
Yeah, we almost make it a positive thing that, me and George are very close. So for us to both, be sidelined because of the injury and, pushing each other to come back, we always joke, I'll be back before George. But, it's just both of us, going through not the similar things, but, same situations. Battling back, trying to get back healthy, and going through the process together.
On your day-to-day process, what's the motivation you're going through? Is it getting through that task? Is it getting through that month's activity? Is it getting on the court this season?
Well, it's a goal for sure to be able to have an opportunity to play this year, especially alongside with the group of guys that we got. I feel very confident with the guys we got that are in the jersey or the out the jersey right now. We have a good team. And that's one of my goals. I would love to come back and make a return and help this team out, any way I can down the line. But right now it's about getting healthy and, making sure I'm good for the future.
Obviously,
the most difficult part back here. Sorry. What's the most difficult part of this process, physically or mentally?
Just not being able to do what I'm here to do, and that's to play basketball. That's the toughest thing, is to be able to sit out and just watch and spectate. I feel sorry for when I'm 50 and 60 years old. It's tough. It's tough to watch. It's just hard, sometimes mentally to stay in it and be aware of what's going on.
Paul, what do you think of the guys that are on the second and third teams and how they're playing and how this team's progressed here in the last 3 or 4 games?
I think they've been great. They showed a lot. They're a little inexperienced, but this is what these games are for. It's for those guys, to be almost thrown in the fire and figure out, ways to win. And the greatest thing about this group is Coach has still, kept that tough-minded basketball. We could very easily be, 7-3, 74, whatever our record is now, we can easily be the opposite of that. Just the inexperience that we have with the guys, but that'll come with time. We still got a lot of our starters like George, David, even C.J. Watson out right now, and they're going to make a great push once those guys come back.
Obviously, there are bigger tragedies in the world, and you don't feel sorry for yourself. But is there a moment when you wake up each day and you remember, oh yeah, I'm still going through this? And how do you get through moments like that when you kind of, like you said, there's frustration?
Well, you got to think of the positive in it. I get a chance to sit back and, again, watch the game from a different perspective. I get to learn a lot, lift, work out. There's a lot of positives. Although I want to be out there and help the guys, I still feel I'm contributing by being in their ears, talking with Solo, even the new guys here, Damo, Rodney Stokes, CJ Miles. Still being, a part of our locker room has helped me, not feel as bad and as frustrated not being out there.
Paul, is there any doubt that you'll come back 100% and maybe be better than you were before you got hurt?
Well, I would never have that doubt. I'm completely confident that we're going down the right path, and when that time comes and my number's called and I'm ready to go, there'll be no doubt in my mind I'll come back better.
Do you have any game responsibilities at this point? Other than being in guys' ears and things?
Yeah, just getting our guys ready. I take that role as being an extended coach. Just being in our younger guys' ears. If they need any words of wisdom or any advice, I'm here for them. Some stuff guys got to learn on their own, but I'm here as someone that can help.
What about the road games not being a part of the travel group, and what's it like when a game's going on and you're back at home?
Well, I'm watching the games and almost taking notes. And then when the guys come back, I give an insight of what I saw. And a lot of times, me and Roy talk about what happened or how the team looked. So when I'm not with the team, I'm still staying in in the loop and know what's going on, aware of what's going on. It's tough though, not traveling. It's just tough. Those consider my brothers, and not going on the road with them. Not going through the same tasks that those guys are going through is tough.
The role of PR intern, have you pursuing a possible alternative career down the road at some point?
Yeah. Hopefully, me and Benner will change places.
Is that the worst part of the injury, being an intern for Benner?
Yeah, that's by far the worst part of this.
Paul, is there anything about this process you think will make you a better or different player once you get back on the court?
All of it. Just from you lose something like basketball, which is everything to me. I feel like I took a lot of things for granted in this game, and coming back, it'll be a lot more passion through it, and just a lot of love for this game, and I think that will show the second that I'm back on the court.
You referenced what the record could be. I mean, when you look around the league, there are a lot of teams at 500, a game above, a game below. And what does it say about these guys with these injuries that the Pacers are in that mix?
That they're competing. These guys aren't caught up with who's in the jersey and who's out the jersey. They're still going out and representing, and you can't be more proud of that. Everything that they've been, pretty much written off as, a team that's not going to succeed this year, and I think they're, definitely succeeding expectations right now.
Do you expect to travel later on in the season?
Yeah. As of now, there'll be spot moments where I'll travel and be alongside with the team, mostly on long road trips. But I'll be in and out. Early on, late in the season, I'll be with the team, full on. But early on, there'll be spot moments where I'll travel.
Is that your decision when you want to start doing that?
Mostly just medical. It'll be smart sometimes for me to stay here and still rehab. Or if they find, areas where I can rehab on the road, I'll travel.
And I assume no lower body weightlifting?
No body weightlifting?
No lower body weightlifting for you?
Not really. Not really. It's more so, it's they have tricky ways of strengthening, those muscles that need to work without, doing too much weight. So they've been good with that, but for the most part, I haven't really been lifting lower body.
Well, obviously you don't want to get into too much detail, but has there been anything happening during this timeline experience that's been negative? Has there been any kind of a check mark you haven't reached as you take steps toward coming back?
Not really. I think I've pretty much passed, all the negative days. I've dealt with the days where I've been sore and, having the thoughts of am I getting better or not. I pretty much passed all those days. Once the trainers told me, soreness is expected and it's pretty much what we want, I've been pretty much at ease about that.